I rate Avengers 386 today. I thought I was going to have quite a bit to complain about of this one, but it turned out I happened to really enjoy this one too. This is part 2 of the prologue to the Taken A.I.M crossover. It is by Bob Patrick Harras with fill-in art that is going to be the big turn-off for many of you. We have fill-in art by Angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and also its spin-off Angel. What was his surname? I don't know it. I will say this splash page here, actually the worst and most cringiest bit of art in the issue. It's actually unfair to rest on this one to explain the art. What Angel is a very stylized artist. And my first opinion on his work was that I hated it. I think it was issues of M.O.D.O.K, an Onslaught Man issue of M.O.D.O.K. It just looked a mess. I didn't get the sense of style. It wasn't conveyed well. It looked like a bad artist who didn't know anything. It looked like another Tom Grindberger. So I stayed away from a lot of his work for a long time. He is, however, the original artist and co-creator of Affinity Guard. So I did wind up encountering him again. However, in that title, his art works. It is very clearly a style. It looks good once you submit to the conceit that this is how he is interpreting things. With all the positivity in the world and all the lack of actual clothing that his version of Moon Garden wears, his final issue on the series is issue 25, a double-sized one, and it is as bad as the Hulk ones that put me off him. A chaotic mess of lines, slightly shaped like certain characters. So my opinion became that he is a capable artist, but he is someone who requires time. He isn't an ongoing artist. He needed a lot of fill-in art on Affinity Guard, actually. And when you push him for deadlines, you get stuff like that issue of M.O.D.O.K or Affinity Guard 25. So here he is doing fill-in art, the very definition of rushed. And he's actually pretty fucking good here. Most the issue is the Avengers being picked off one by Red Skull Man. The team have gone to Canada in response to energy flares, and now they are trapped in a dark, cavernous pit. They are aware that Red Skull Man is around. The characters are actually each written pretty decently. Some of the lines, the exposition type ones, feel incredibly without personality. But whenever they are saying something unique to them, it feels good. We have cutaways to what at this point is nothing. Very vague sequences of mystery. I suppose this is what Marvel consider the prelude to taking A.I.M. These random pages. Not the main story with Red Skull Man, which are just as relevant and far more narratively appealing than this load of nothing. Taking A.I.M. is a crossover between Captain America and the Avengers. I forgot to mention rudimentary stuff like that at the start of this video. I assumed you will have watched my review of the first part. So yeah, the core of this issue is fighting Red Skull Man. We have Hercules Man, who has gone topside to secure a first aid kit from the Avengers Quinjet. He encounters a weakened and defeated Captain America. So Hercules Man runs to help his fallen friends. And obviously it is Red Skull Man using a holographic projector to disguise himself. And so he downs Hercules Man with ease and gloats about how the most powerful of the Avengers has been bested. I am fine with this sequence, but when I was reading it, I knew it was coming, and I was thinking to myself that Hercules Man, he isn't the brightest, but would he really fall for this? I think he would have seen through it. And then I realised he did see through it once. In Royce Sternum's run, there was a Skrull posing as Thor, and within a page or two, Hercules Man had, alongside Captain America, realised that it wasn't the real Thor. It is partly unfair to compare this to the best run on Avengers, but it is the same series. It was only 100 issues ago that Hercules Man was experienced enough to not fall for such an obvious ploy. What is meant to have happened in the space of 100 issues that has made Hercules Man get stupider? I suppose he has been hitting the head a lot. And when it comes to 100 issues of Avengers, I think that is also how and why you would or could argue that Angel is a bad fill-in artist for this issue or this series. Tom Planner has been the inker on Avengers since issue 255, give or take fill-ins and whatnot. The art style of Avengers has been Buscema or Buscema-esque due to Tom Planner's inks. Artists like Steve Epstein and Mike Diddy Dardo Jerk don't even look that much like Buscema, but Tom Planner manages to make them look like that. So then you have a fill-in issue by a very cartoonish, almost caricature artist, and this is coming, well, it's come directly after an issue with actual Buscema art. It has always been a problem with fill-in art too. Style or genre or whatever, it doesn't matter when it comes to assigning fill-in artists for some reason. On this page here, Ivan is called by the wrong surname. Red Skull Man sucker punches Iris West and then outspeeds the Flash somehow. My faded memories of taking A.I.M. are that the cosmic cube is involved, and I really want that to be the explanation for what we have here. We aren't told how Red Skull Man is able to be faster than the Flash. It is implied it is his special suit. But once you get past that bullshit, I quite like Red Skull Man's gloating to the Flash about how much he is going to enjoy telling Mr. Magnets that he killed his son. Red Skull Man can be a very great bad guy when he is written as a complete and utter bastard instead of just a Nazi bastard. The centrepiece is Scarlett Johansson versus Red Skull Man, which is asking a bit much after Red Skull Man defeated the 3 Avengers with powers in single pages. If you can deal with that, it's a very enjoyable and entertaining battle. We have another cryptic cutaway to A.I.M. Island and more energy flares. I will probably do Taken A.I.M. after this, but I think I might need to go back a bit beforehand and cover some of the almost non-existent stories that establish A.I.M. Island and A.I.M.'s corporatization and the new figurehead leader. I think it'll have to be KZR9. That is the only comic I can think of that actually even does anything with it. The rest is just lip service to the idea or and waves. Oh god, there's that Captain America one, the Arena of Death. Yeah, KZR9 it'll have to be. I think I have said before that I am not the biggest fan of Scarlett Johansson. I thought I would be. I wanted to get into her, but as I read more and more comics with her in, I came to realise I just didn't like her. That doesn't mean that a scene like this falls flat to me. I am a Captain America fanboy. Seeing Red Skull Man fight any Avenger is great for me. And I do think this fight with ScarJo is perhaps removed from the rest of the issue. Very compelling and engaging. And no, not because the character I don't get much out of gets beaten quite brutally by a sadist Nazi villain. Scarlett Johansson is written well here. She's not a victim, and she puts up a fight. Red Skull Man even congratulates her for her gusto. But she didn't stand a chance because he has what I am assuming is bullshit plot powers or magic armour that the Taken A.I.M. crossover might not even acknowledge or explain. He does the stock supervillain thing, where when he has defeated the hero and is about to kill them, he gets distracted and called away to take part in something else, e.g. the rest of the story. If I remember, he doesn't even do that much in it. So that is how Red Skull Man defeated all 4 of these Avengers. Somehow. It has been a while, and I mean a long while, since I read Taken A.I.M. But I feel it would be naive to hope that 1995 Marvel are actually going to explain what exactly is powering Red Skull Man in this issue. There is a line of dialogue somewhere in here about his armour, and that is it. I reckon the Avengers would have won if they didn't leave Lifecry back at base. She would have clawed his throat out or something, man. Here is Captain America in his Americ armour to lead us straight into the crossover. I have no idea what my opinion on this splash page even is. Seriously, I cannot begin to even establish an opinion about anything on this page. I am going to shock the world, but mainly myself, by endorsing another issue of Avengers from 1995. This two-parter with Red Skull Man. It might be quite thin on story, but we get some characterization and some mystery box hooks, and then a detailed fight between Scarlett Johansson and Red Skull Man. Is it perfect? Far from it. But even this issue, which I went into expecting it to be a bit of a train wreck with bad art and a shit plot, it turned out to be a good reading experience. If you have recovered from the Thor review, then me giving this 7 thumbs up might rock your world again.